Hello everybody, a good day to you all. Today I'm talking about the Witcher series, season number 1, and the directors are Alec Sakharov, Charlotte Brandstrom, Alex Garcia Lopez, and Mark Jobs. In this series here, you're pretty much following Henry Cavill's character, Gerard Rivia, Freya Allen's character, Shuri, and Anya Salatra's character, Yennefer. And because all their lives intermingle in that mix. You have you pretty much following Gerald, and he's on a mission to pretty much find this princess because he made a promise to be like sort of like her surrogate father. He made the thing a promise where he pretty much has to they pretty much had to offer him something. He did something for them, and so they're gonna offer him something as I guess you could say as reward or to make things equal, make things fine. And so they pretty much had to offer him their daughter, but he doesn't want no part of that. And you pretty much seeing him going on this journey and realizing that he pretty much had to take part, help this girl, because that's pretty much his destiny. And you also are following Shuri, who is the princess who has to find Gerald because he's her destiny. And then you have Yennefer, who's a deformed girl who's a descendant of an elf, and she and you see her gain power, and also how her life intermingles with Gerald, and also how it might possibly influence or be a part of Shuri's life as well. It's very weird. Because see, the show doesn't really follow a very linear pattern. It jumps around a lot through time. It shows you a little bit of the past, then it shows you the future, then it shows you the present, and then it goes back to how things led up to that moment, to that present. It constantly bounces around through time a lot. So it doesn't like show you, it shows you like someone like close to the end, not at the end, and then it shows you before that and how it led to that you saw from the beginning. So it's at first it was kind of confusing to me. At first, the first couple episodes, I couldn't figure out what exactly was going on because what the story was told. I thought it was interesting, and I liked the journey that it was going. I just didn't see how it connected. But once you understand how the time thing goes, it kind of flows, kind of real nicely. Really, because you're seeing how things ended up, and then you're seeing how it became to that point in time, and how each of these people's lives kind of cross paths between one another, and some don't end up connecting to towards the end. But you're seeing how it led to that moment in time. Hope that made sense, because you're mostly following Henry Cavill's character Gerald, because he's the Witcher. The show's named after him. And you're pretty much watching him being a reluctant hero. Like, he does care, even though people think he doesn't. He cares a lot, really. But the thing is, though, he's been around for a long, long time. He experienced and seen so much. He's seen kings fall and kill a lot of monsters here and there. And he's kind of sick and tired of life in a way. And he doesn't seem to see the point of anything, really. But at the same time, when somebody's in trouble, even though he doesn't want to get involved, he gets involved anyway, and he helps out. And I also like about this character is that even though he is the hero, and he's the one we're following the most, he doesn't always win. He gets his butt whooped a lot. But he still managed to persevere and keep pushing through. And you pretty much watching his journey along the way, because he did this promise thing on a whim. He didn't mean nothing of it. He didn't even care about what it meant. But because of his actions and what he did, and him trying to run away from it, no matter how far he tried to run away from it, life had a way to push him back to that promise that he made, that he has to pretty much fulfill his duties. And you seeing like certain people like Shuri and her family and her mom trying to screw because the thing is, though, when Gerald finally realizes that he has to pretty much take care of this girl, you see how her mom probably tried to screw him over and try to deny him of the promise that they made to him, and how that pretty much how it affected their lives. So even though things, you see how everything connects and how things flow And even though you try to run away from your destiny, no matter what you try to do, life finds a way to make you go right back to it, no matter if you want to or not. And like also with Jennifer, and she started off as a deformed girl, and you seeing her journey, her becoming this witch and this beautiful woman, and also seeing her relationship she has with Gerald along the way, and how they become like lovers, and they kind of hate each other at the same time too. But at the same time, they kind of fill each other's gaps in a way. Like they tried to, like, Gerald kind of had, this is the first time in a long time he had feelings for somebody else. He had feelings other than his horse. And then you have Jennifer, who has been with other people, and she thought she found what she wanted, but she had something connected. She had something special with Gerald that she never had with nobody else. But at the same time, she doesn't quite trust him. He doesn't quite trust her either. So they love each other, but they hate each other at the same time too. It's very interesting how that plays out. Overall, I did enjoy this. I did enjoy this whole entire season. Special effects wise was done quite well. There's only one time the special effects I didn't like on one certain episode when I guess they showed this goat man. I'm not sure exactly what it could have been a satyr or something like that. The way he looked, the way he designed looked kind of off and weird to me. Maybe it's just how he looks. I just didn't like that. The only thing about the show, special effects wise, I didn't quite like. I like how Henry Cavill portrayed the character Gerald, and how he showed his ability and what he was capable of doing. Because the thing is, though, Henry Cavill really worked out for this role. You can tell that he got really jacked and really yoked. He looked amazing. The only thing I had to get used to was his voice at first. Hearing his voice and how he was talking and his speech pattern. But once I got used to that, I found it easy peasy. And even though this thing could be very intense and very freaky and scary at times, it also has the humor in this as well as too. Especially comes from the this guy who plays Joey Batty who plays like he's like he plays Gerald's music man. He tells his story around people, and he does it through song. And even though he can be a little bit annoying, you can tell that he kind of worms his way into Gerald's heart, and Gerald kind of likes him, even though he can't treats him like he's a pain. You can tell he cares about him too. And the music that he does play is actually really catchy. It really gets in your head. And he also brings a lot of humor to the episode. And watching him play off of Gerald as the comic relief is also very fun to watch. And the fight choreography on this thing, the action scenes when they have them are quite amazing. Quite amazing. Seeing them fight and seeing them kick butt like this, oh my gosh, the swords play was just done quite well. And also like how they use the magic on here too, because even though the witches are powerful, they have their weaknesses too, because the power like comes from them. So every time they use magic in a big way, they gotta sacrifice something on them. It could drain them of their energy. It could kill them. It could turn them to dust. So you can't just do magic all willy-nilly like that. Sometimes you gotta be more physical as well too. So they can't just rely on magic to fix all the problems, because if it does fix the problem, they have to pay for it some type of way. Yeah, and some pay for it in a very bad and awful way. Like Jennifer, for example, the woman that we found who becomes a witch and also have a relationship with Gerald. She wanted power, she wanted beauty, she wanted all of that, and she gets it. But now she can't have children anymore. Sorry, no more children. No more children for you. You get to live a long life, live a long time, stay beautiful pretty much forever. But you cannot have children ever again. And you've seen her living her life, enjoying it for a while. But after a while, as time goes on, you get bored of that. I mean, how many orgies can you do and stuff like that until you realize there got to be more to life than that. She's trying to fulfill that with a child and not be able to get it. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because her whole entire life was all about her and all about power. And then you finally see her arch and her change and how she started thinking about other people more than herself and started to become an interesting, a better character. Like just watching everybody's journey and watching everybody live their lives and try to pretty much fulfill their destinies, or fight. Either they're trying to run away from their destiny and realize they can't, like Gerald, or people who tried to make their own destiny and realizing that what they were fighting, all the things they were running for and fighting for wasn't really worth it in the end. like Yennefer. Overall, I thought it was a great series. I really did enjoy it a whole lot. Henry Cavill did an amazing job. He pretty much carries the show because you're pretty much watching him the most. But also the other characters in here are very interesting as well too, and following their journey and following their lives. I really did like that as well. So overall, I give this a series a grade. I'm giving it a B. I'm giving it a solid B. But don't take my word for it. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about the whole season of The Witcher. If you haven't watched it, check it out for yourself. Hope you're watching. You will enjoy it. Have fun watching it too. So give my channel a like, hit the thumbs up, shaboop, and subscribe to my channel and share. I would appreciate it, like I always say, in my dream in real life, I am the Ninja Rabbit. Peace out, people.